Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I wanted to address something that I've been watching or been carefully monitoring over the past 10 months, and it seems that it's just becoming a thing now. Like, it's happening in everything, constantly. Day one DLC and season passes. Now, to be honest, season passes I don't have much of a problem with because they're a because you're paying for DLC like down the line sort of thing at a reduced price than just buying them separate. Like that's all right, but the main problem I have is day one DLC. Now, Risen 3, when that first came out, had day one DLC. They purposely took Fog Island out of the game for the people who purchased it after it came out. Purposely took it out and started selling it for $5. Okay, the people who pre-ordered it get Fog Island with the game, for the same price, but the people who purchased it after don't. And to me, that's really greedy and really looks really bad as well too, because of it. The day one DLC practice, in my opinion, is really, really dumb because it puts a bad image onto your game. Like Risen 3 and Sacred 3, like with the day one DLC that they had and locked certain things, that puts a really bad image onto your game. Hell, Elder Scrolls Online with the Imperial race locked the Imperial race unless you brought the Imperial edition of the game. That hampers your gaming experience. And to me, that does not seem right. It seems that we're paying the same price for like less. We're paying the same price for less of the game, unless if we pre-order. And to me, that's not like the right way to go, to be honest. Forza Horizon 2, they actually came out not long ago. Day 1 DLC, they even say it right there. Advertising it as Day 1 DLC. I don't like that kind of model. It really does hurt the consumer. Because, now I don't know with Forza, I don't know if they're going to keep that for every gaming purchase, but the fact that they're advertising it as Day 1 DLC has got me thinking, what does the DLC actually mean now? Like, as far as I know, back like years ago, it used to mean like downloadable content after the game's release to increase the game's like lifespan. To have like so you can play it a lot more. Play it more often. There's something new there. An example of a game that does DLC fairly well is Payday 2. In my opinion, does Payday 2 keeps bringing out DLC, but it's something to add on to the life of the game, which is fine. But this year, there's just been tons of games like Elder Scrolls Sacred, Risen, and Forza Horizon 2. There's probably more that have done it too, that have done the day one DLC practice. It's gonna hurt. It's just gonna keep hurting us, and we're allowing it to go through. And this is why I wanted to address it, because it seems to be getting out of hand with this. And it seems to be the new thing nowadays. Like, if a game comes out, it's gonna have day one DLC. And I don't like the thought of that at all. Spending more money on a game that I've technically already paid for. Now, I believe it was Capcom who did the DLC on disc, that's kind of faded out, but, it's kind of coming back, and, like, in a different way, and I don't like it at all. Now, Season Passes, want to get to that quickly. Season Passes, I don't really mind, they're alright, but the fact that new IPs such as Watch Dogs and Destiny that are coming out with Season Passes is kind of bugging me in a way. This is my opinion. Watch Dogs is a new IP, so nobody know. So all we've seen, back then, all we saw was the footage of the game. The footage of the game looks good, and then they bring out the season pass. And to be honest, the fact that they're bringing out a season pass for, trying to for a new IP that we don't know what's going to happen to it, kind of bugs me because it's kind of saying that trying to take more money from us that we don't even know, because this was getting sold before the game released, and this practice is kind of annoying because as soon as you get that game, say for instance, like you got Watch Dogs, like you pre-order Watch Dogs and you got the season pass. When you got Watch Dogs and it wasn't the game you're expecting, you can't just go back on the season pass as well too. To me, that doesn't look really good. And the same thing Destiny has done, and Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor has done this too as well with the season pass. They've brought out the season passes before the game's released, and the only one that comes to mind has done this like for years is Call of Duty. But since now, like, because the Call of Duty model seems to be working, other companies are trying to do it too, and it's a trend that I'm not liking. So same with the Day One DLC. Yeah, but anyway, guys, this is a trend. This is what I wanted to address too. This is a trend that I'm not liking at all. This is not going to be good for us, and it doesn't look like it's going to be good for the gaming industry as well too. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me, and I'll see you all next time.